Hey, it's Ken again. And today, or with this video, I'm going to talk about logos and stills. And the reason we're going to do this is I did have a question. Somebody would like into kind of how to use these and why we would use these. And here's the reason why. It allows you to put up on this side your logo, or you can put a second logo wherever you want to have it over on this side. So it allows you to use some logos right within your video editing. You don't have to then edit them later on to add them if you don't want to. Obviously you can, and there's good reason to use them both. So today is logos and patterns or stills. So let's get to logos. So where do you select logos? That's one of the biggest things that you're going to find out. And you're going to select the logos down here in the, let me get rid of myself there. There we go. And you're going to select the logos right here in the what's called the image menu item. So as you talk in the about images, we're going to click on that, and you can see all these different images here. But down here are patterns at the top. Then you have logos. And where do you get your logos? So let's move down here. All right, and here you can see logos. Now down below the different logos that we have here, what you have is local, which is on the switcher. You have SD card, so if it's on the SD card, or if it's on a SSD drive of some sort and it's plugged into the USB. Right now I don't have anything plugged into the USB, so that's why that's blacked out. If it was that if you had USB plugged in, it would be white also, and you can choose between those three locations simply by using the joystick. And you can see there is the SD card, and then back to the local because I don't have a USB drive in there at the present time. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on, go down here to logo 1, and I'll tell you where to locate is, but you're going to click on logo, which will bring you over to here. And then you can either choose logo 1 or logo 2 for each one. So I could choose, let's go back one space, and I could choose, we'll choose this here for logo 1. And when I do that, then I'm going to come over here to logos, and anything on the left-hand column is going to go into the preview mode. So there's in the preview mode, anything on the right-hand column will go in the on air. So we got this on air right now, and so what we're going to see here is we're going to see that we have that there. I'm going to turn off the logo for the preview just because, well, I can leave it on if I want. You're watching it. So now what we're going to do for logo 1, we're going to come back over here. We go down to logo 1. We can choose what size do we want. So we can have all these different sizes from 1.0 to smaller than the logo or larger than the logo by 1.4. So we can come over here. We're going to make that a bit larger. And we're going to back up. And then we're going to come back to position. Now when we hit the button for position, you see the words here light up. Use the joystick to set the position. So we're going to come over here to the joystick, and we're going to move this down to the bottom left corner. So you can move that anywhere you want to on your screen, and it'll stay there. So now we'll hit enter. It brings us back to position, and now we can go to logo 2. We can do the same thing, and actually we can go up here to, we've already got a logo chosen. So we're just going to go to size, and we're going to increase that a little bit. And because we can't see it, we're going to bring up logo 2. Okay, it's right over top of the sail. So what we're going to do, and we can bring it up on here too. What we're going to do is we're going to move this. So we're going to come back, position, enter, move it around a little bit, and we're going to move this up to the upper left corner. Yeah, we'll move it over to the upper right corner. All right. So give me a thumbs up if you like this so far. So we got our two logos here now. So I'm going to hit enter, come back, and we're going to close out. So now, whenever we want to use the logo, we can easily turn it on. There it is. Or we can turn on the other one. There it is. So we can do this whenever we want to, simply by pushing the buttons for the two logos. There they are right there. Now the one thing to remember is if you are using a logo here. So I've got, bring down logos. All right, if you're using one of these logos, like my logo over here, all right, what you have to have is a maximum size of 960 by 540. Just their basic graphics files, PNG, JPEG, BMP. PNGs files tend to work the best for any of the logos or patterns. So I just go with PNG files now. I don't even worry about the JPEGs, but JPEGs should work. In fact, some of these are JPEGs. And that's about it for logos. Find a way to use them in whatever you're doing, and you know, that's what logos do. All right, so let's go to patterns. Okay, so right now we're going to talk about patterns, and patterns are like what you see behind me here. They're nothing more than a still or a picture or a graphic. A pattern is what this switcher calls it, and these are typical backgrounds and whatnot that all the switchers tend to use for this purpose. And so let's take a look at this. So I'll turn off the chroma key here. We're looking at just a pattern. Let me go over here to back to our switcher, and what you're seeing is one of these 6 inputs for video, and then the 2 here. This one here is your auxiliary, and then you have your PAT or PAT. That's your pattern. So anytime you select a pattern, it'll show up here, and then you'll be able to use that. You can only have one showing at a time, but you can have many in the background, and you can switch them out as fast as you want to. But it does take a few steps. So let's take a look at what it does. So we're going to go back to image. We're going to hit that, and the very top menu item is pattern. So we're going to tap on that, and that moves us over to our pattern. Now this is one that I've added, and if you do add them, they have to be a maximum of 3840 by 1080. And here is where PNG definitely works the best. My JPEGs don't seem to want to work very well. It freezes up, but PNG tends to work almost instantly as long as you meet the minimum or the maximum size. So we selected pattern, and then it says apply or delete. So we are again in the local here. We do have an SD card, and there are some graphics on there, but we do not have the USB plugged in at the present time. So I'm going to apply this nice sunset. All right, and then I'm going to bring that up here, and by hitting pattern, and there it is. You have a nice sunset. And then if I do like this, now I have something that I can sit in front of. So this is the primary use that I have for patterns. It gives me something that I can be in front of without you seeing what's in my back of the church, or back behind me. For instance, it's a green screen. Behind the green screen are some books, and if you see some of the other videos, you'll see them. Okay, but right now, it's this nice calming sunset. All right, so this is a pattern, and the real easy to use. Again, it's going to be just like the logos, just in a different location. So if I come back to here, actually if I go back to, there we go, and get rid of me again. And so now again, we're going to be sitting here working in the menu here, and I'm going to be at pattern, and you can see I have several in here. I have this one here also, which is kind of fun, and I can apply that one, and it'll change the background, and I can put this in there, and I can sit in front of a helicopter. Just so happens I'm flying that helicopter in another life. And now I'm in local, and I'm going to continue on to page 2. And now this is my AV booth at the church. And again, I can do the chroma key, and I can be in front of the AV booth at the church. So again, patterns, you can put them in there, you can put them into the local, that way you have it with you whenever it's something that you can use on a regular basis. It's there, it makes a nice background. I really like that the brick wall, and I really like the sunset. They make great backgrounds, and so they work well. And again, you can have these as PNG, JPEGs, BMPs, but again, I have found that it works best to have it as a PNG file. So there are logos and patterns or stills. Why you would use them? You know, right here is a good sale. And I can have a pattern there. I can also have a logo on top, and everything is working good. I can put this one thumbs up. And like I said, if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe, give me that thumbs up, and I hope to do more. Until then, have a good day and God bless.